All right, what's going on, guys? Another market review today. All right, July 11th, 2024. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. What a trading day. What a trading day. Okay, you can see here on the daily chart. Nasdaq moving 600 handles today. Obviously, you can see by the daily chart a huge shift in sentiment. This is interesting because I sent a poll out in the Discord asking if you guys thought we topped here in the Nasdaq. I don't know. I'm the last one to try to predict the high in the market, but I find it convenient that they use CPI, which we had earlier today at 8:30, and they use that to run buy side, run out the all-time highs, and they they send this thing lower, quick, fast, and without any remorse. So I also sent on the Discord these 3 consecutive down close candles here. That's one bullish order block. Until we close past midpoint of these 3 down close candles, I'm still going to stick with a bullish bias, but I'm understanding that that can easily change over the next few days, possibly next week. All right, especially after seeing this here. So let's take a look at what happened. There was no telling how far this thing was going to drop. At least I had no clue. All right. If you asked me, or rather if you told me that Nasdaq was going to sell off 600 handles today, I probably would have called you crazy. This is, I'm still amazed. Like I love this stuff. Like I haven't seen a candle like this in a while. So take that for what it is. But selling off, okay, this was Nasdaq's previous all-time high. This was our 8:30 CPI rate announcement. We run that, clearing the previous all-time high, and then the floor just gives out and Nasdaq melts. We have this fair value gap here on the 4-hour chart. Okay, and you can see the body's respecting the high of the fair value gap there beautifully. So we're going to look at that on the lower time frame. All right, so let's drop down to a 15-minute. Look at this sell-off. This is just beautiful. I was caught offside today. We'll look at that on the 1-minute time frame. Took a couple of L's. Was not expecting this kind of price action, but still, I can appreciate a beautiful sell-off like this. Whoever caught this or whoever was able to take something out of this move, bravo, bravo. This was amazing. But so this was Nasdaq's previous all-time high. Buy-side liquidity resting above that. 8:30, we had CPI rate announcement. Quickly, without remorse, slamming back against them. And once we got above the midnight open, smart money accumulating short positions above the midnight opening price and above the buy side. Okay, they're selling those buy stops, and it was just off to the races, lower, 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 and you can see the body stopping there at the 4-hour fair value gap in the PM session. All right, so let's look at a little bit more detail here on the 5-minute. I can't even fit all of this in my screen. We'll just scroll down as we go on. But buy side liquidity, previous all-time high. We run that at 8:30. Okay, here's your AM silver bullet hour, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Accumulating short positions above the midnight open. Okay, your best shorting opportunities are above that midnight open. Okay, that's when this entire sell-off takes place. It starts off above the midnight open and above the buy side liquidity pool. We break down. Bearish order block, this up close candle, trade up into that, and we sell off. Breakaway gaps, this lower fair value gap, consequent encroachment, beautiful delivery. We tap, sell off. Okay, I took a loss here on the 1-minute chart. We'll look at that. Break down again, come back up, bearish order block, fair value gap, sell off again. Lunch, if we're expecting a continuation in the sell off, always expect some sort of buy side to be ran out during lunch before seeing a continuation lower. Okay, rarely do you see a sell off in the morning, then we get to lunch, and then we just continue to sell off. Okay, if the trend is likely to continue during lunch, expect to see something like this happen first. Okay, we're dropping, we form a short-term high. Don't expect for us to just keep dropping. Okay, wait for some measure of buy side to be taken. We get that here. Okay, so traders who trail their stop losses here, above this high. Okay, they're making money, right? Trailing their stop losses above here. We get into that lunch hour. This always happens during lunch. Rally up, clear the buy side, punish traders who trail their stop losses too tight, and then and only then do you see that continuation going lower. Down close candle here is your bearish breaker. High, low, higher high. Take your last down close candle in between your two highs. Draw that through, breaker, coupled with the fair value gap. This is also a balanced price range. Single pass up with this fair value gap, single pass down. So this entire portion here is balanced. Draw that through, resistance, taking you down into that 4-hour fair value gap. PM session, silver bullet hour, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock New York time. After trading into that 4-hour fair value gap high, okay, H4 BISC high is what I have labeled there. We rally up, fair value gap, rally up again, fair value gap, clearing the buy side above this high and getting back above that getting back above that 1:30 p.m. opening price. We'll talk about that on the lower time frame, and then we consolidate into the close as we head into 4 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit in case you guys want to pause it, screenshot it. Moving on, 1 minute chart. Oh man, this was just a beauty. Wasn't able to capture any of this going short, but I can still appreciate this beautiful sell-off. It's awesome. All right, so inversion fair value gap here. Okay, we rally up above the midnight opening price, clearing out this short-term high. Okay, so this down close candle, really these 4 consecutive down close candles, that creates one bearish breaker. We have a high, low, higher high, fair value gap, draw it through. Why am I looking at this fair value gap? Well, if you look in this price leg here, it's kind of choppy. We have wicks. We don't really have a clean fair value gap in here. So just use the buy side of the curve in this price leg. Use that fair value gap, draw it through. You can see consequent encroachment. Body is unwilling to close past that. Okay, then we sell off. Now, one of the rules I have in my trading is I don't like selling if we're below the midnight opening price. All right, we're not far below it, but still I was looking for higher prices in the Nasdaq, and I was looking for lower prices in dollar. At the time, Dow was also looking extremely bullish, so I actually bought this fair value gap. I liked how we were below the midnight open, and we also cleared sell side here, and I was looking to see if Nasdaq wanted to create new all-time highs, but it looks like it's possible that we might have peaked. Not saying that we have, but I'm having that in the backside of my mind, so take that with a grain of salt. But inversion fair value gap, trading up into that, selling off, and it's just off to the races. Okay, we retrace. I buy this fair value gap here. We did clear out sell side underneath this low, so we just mark that up real quick. Right about close enough. You get the idea. Draw it all the way over. So I like how we took out sell side. I believe at the time dollar was still looking bearish, looking heavy. And I loved how far below the midnight opening price was. I was not expecting Nasdaq to sell off 600 handles. Okay, we rally up, retrace into this fair value gap, rally up again, taking out this short-term high. I saw that as a market structure shift. Went to go long. Okay, took all this in the live stream in the Discord, and then I was expecting us to get back above the midnight open. Nasdaq said, "You're crazy. We're not doing that today." And then we sell off. Why is this on there like that? All right, so I ended up taking a loss here and a loss here with half risk. No big deal. We sell off. Bearish order block before this displacement lower. Last up close candle. Trading up into that. Selling off again. 2 consecutive up close candles here before this rotation lower. Come back into that. Bearish order block. We sell off. Fair value gap. Trading up into there. See the body's respecting consequent encroachment. We sell off again. This is crazy. All right, and we get to the lunch hour. All right, so we consolidate a little bit ahead of lunch. If we're expecting a continuation to the downside, okay, we have that 4-hour fair value gap down here. Expect some sort of buy side to be taken first, and then expect that 4-hour fair value gap to be tagged. Expect to see that continuation to the downside. Traders trailing the stop losses here, trailing it down, trailing it down, trailing it down. All right, we're in lunch. Boom. Take them out of the market, punish them for trailing their stop losses down too tight, and then we're allowed to move lower and tag our targets down here. I don't know why TradingView is doing this. It's been like a little glitch. I apologize. There we go. All right, so PM session. Now, obviously, it's hindsight, but I would have loved to have taken this trade going long here or either in this fair value gap here. But those in the Discord who know my style, I'm very disciplined when it comes to my trading plan. If I say I'm only taking 2 trades a day, I'm only taking 2 trades a day. So I used up all my bullets in the AM session, so I was not able to participate in this beautiful run in the PM. But 1:30 p.m. opening price, you can treat that as the midnight open. Okay, so for the AM session, ideally you want to buy below or close to that midnight opening price. And if you're going short, you want to short above or just as close to that midnight opening price. That only applies until you get to about 11 o'clock, okay? That's a rule ICT teaches. I'm not just making that up, okay? You only need to extend that midnight opening price to about 11. Once you get to the PM session, use the 1:30 p.m. opening price. It acts just the same as the midnight open, except it's for the PM session. So if we open up here at 1:30 and we're trading all the way down here into a 4-hour fair value gap, we're at a deep discount. Okay, we're already at a deep discount already. It's anybody can point that out, right? But as far as the PM session goes, okay, price is fractal, power of 3. This is where we open at 1:30. We trade down into a 4-hour fair value gap, clearing out sell side, lunch lows. We rally up, market structure shift, breakaway gap. You want to see majority of this fair value gap stay open. It drops down. Spread may or may not have gotten you filled here. We rally up, come back down. Last down close candle before this displacement. That's your bullish order block. Trading into that there. We rally again. Breakaway gap. Don't want to see that traded to. Try to get your entry in this fair value gap here. This is also a mitigation block. We have a low, high, and a higher low, thus making this candle a mitigation block instead of a breaker. Okay, a breaker is low, high, lower low than this low here. But because this low is higher than this one, this is a mitigation block instead of a breaker. Okay, draw that through. You also have this fair value gap coupled with it. Why do I like this buying opportunity down here, here, and right here? Because we're at a discount. We're way below that 1:30 p.m. opening price. I was already looking for longs in the AM session. Okay, again, I was not expecting a 600 handle drop. Okay, I was already looking for buying opportunities below the midnight open here and here. Okay, both setups failed. No big deal. This is something I would have loved to be a part of, but it's all good. All right, so buy it here, order block. You can pyramid or just buy it here as your first entry. We rally up. You could pyramid here, or this could be your first trade, targeting the buy side above this high, which is also getting just above that 1:30 p.m. opening price. And again, you could treat that as the midnight open, okay? You want to exit your shorts above that opening price. Consolidate into the close, and that's pretty much the summary of today's price action. So does it suck a little bit to not have captured any of the sell-off? Absolutely. I would have loved to taken out at least 100, 200 handles of this move. That would have been amazing. But definitely a great learning experience, a day to journal. Beautiful sell-off. I know a lot of people caught shorts in different times of the day. There's many opportunities to get on board. But for me and my model, didn't pan out. No big deal. We're back at it tomorrow. So live trading tomorrow, 9:30 for paid members in the Discord. This is my 101st video. So the last video before this one was officially my 100th video. I didn't even realize until I checked my YouTube channel earlier today. So just special shout out to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Everyone who watches on the regular, all the newcomers who just found my channel either today, last week, last month, whatever the case may be. Appreciate you guys, man. I'm forever grateful. 100 videos. I hope you guys can see the amount of effort and time I put into this. I love making videos. I love contributing to the trading community, and everybody who's a part of my journey, it's a blessing. So, but we still got a long way to go, man. 1,000 subscribers is the next milestone. I'm grateful for each and every one of you, all the subscribers, everybody in the Discord. Much love. Don't take anybody in here for granted. So, thank you. And If you have any questions, just message me in the Discord privately or in the chat room. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Paid members in the Discord, I'll see you in our last live stream for the week on Friday at 9:30. Peace.